Hey guys, so if you were trying to script a story, let me just adjust that a little bit. There we go. If you were trying to script a story about, the Third World War and the invasion of America, and you wanted to have, some cool characters and some amazing things happen, and it was all a forlorn hope and all the rest of it, well then, you'd have, some police cars and a SWAT car and a truck and some SWAT guys with some SWAT gear and, some AR-15 guys, some mobs and some bits and pieces and stuff like that. And it'll be kind of a cool story, or maybe even a really cool movie where, America's been invaded or something like that. I'm playing that right now, and let me just tell you, it's freaking awesome. And if you could have scripted something, this is what you would have scripted. You would have scripted Lieutenant Vasquez and her patrol car backing it up, just like in, what's that movie with Bruce Willis? I forget what it's called. The one where he's in the building and the Nakatomi Towers or whatever it's called, and he's got to get all the bad guys. Well, anyway, that is kind of what is happening here. And anyway, so all this stuff's going on. So you got guns, violence, mobs, police, SWAT, all this sort of crazy stuff. It's hilarious. But the cool thing is, when you actually get into the combat and you're thinking, well, this is going to be a walkover. We've got the Cubans and soldiers and BMPs. There's no chance that, there's no way that some stupid police car is going to do anything. Police unit. I'm looking at them as like police squads of policemen, or whatever the case may be. Maybe it's a platoon of policemen. I don't know how many police cars there are in Cutler's Bay, but in the extended area, clearly they all would have massed in on this and said, okay, let's get our shotguns and AR-15s and our pistols out. Let's go kick some ass, right? We're going to beat some Cubans up. Could be a relative, right? So we get in this whole Malay situation. It's just crazy. Yeah, it's so crazy that the Cubans, suck in the American forces, so they use their opportunity fire. So now they're ops complete for the turn, and that's my hand, by the way. They're ops complete for the turn. So you're thinking, well, they're going to be done, right? The Cubans are just going to walk over them, and it's all over. Well, it's not all over. Vasquez takes two disruptions, and inflicts two disruptions, and makes the Cubans retreat two hexes, one hex, right? So that blocks that hex. That hex is full. So then there's still a bunch of more Cubans coming. What do you think they do? Well, this is crazy. They come in with an BMP and a platoon of infantry, and if you look at the, if you can see that, I don't know if you can see that or not. Doesn't matter. Down on the bottom, there's a 1-4 there, and then here these guys have got 3 4s, right? So that means that they've got to roll 4 or better for hits. So they've got what I call 4 4s, and the cops, by this time there's only there's still 2 squads there, so there's 2. They've got 1-5s, right? And the leader, Vasquez, she's the equivalent of the platoon leader, but she's like, you got to hang tough. We got to hold them here. So they fight. The Cubans whiff. It's awesome. So they roll all 1s, pretty much, all 1s or 2s. Vasquez rolls a 5. She gets to modify the die roll because she's a leader. She bumps it up 1. Actually, they roll a 4. She bumps it up 1 and makes it a 5. Another hex has to retreat, and they're full as well. So that's even better. And in fact, they have to. One unit has to retreat through another stack. He's eliminated. So the Cubans have already lost 1 guy. So, not to be outdone, in the very beginning of the next turn, Vasquez says, "We got to push forward. We got to push them back to the beach." Vasquez charges in with two units. In fact, no, with 1 unit. Or did she lose that unit? No, she didn't. With 1 unit. But now she's attacking two disrupted, which is kind of like disrupted but different. 2 disrupted units, a platoon and a BMP platoon. So you're thinking, it's all got to be over, right? Well, they're disrupted. They have to roll 6 or better. So they've got to roll 4 6s to get get hits. So the Cubans, pick up their dice, roll their dice, and yeah, one hit. Okay, big deal. Vasquez gets a hit as well, and she's forced to retreat, but that's okay. So she's ops complete. The two other police squads come rolling in, and they just bang those guys so hard, and it's awesome. They get 2 hits. No hits for the Cubans. Cubans have to retreat. The Cubans are now all bunched up in one corner. So as the Cubans then roll into the Havana Rifles roll into their activation, they decide that they're going to go around these policemen, because obviously these policemen are hardcore mofos. So they decide to go around into Jefferson City, and I'll show you the map in a sec. Go around into Jefferson City, and they prop on the outskirts of Jefferson City, and they're loaded up in a BMP. And they make it to the outskirts because they're trying to capture the airfield that's nearby. We pull the SWAT team chip. In they come. They're in Jefferson City. They're unloaded, hunting for bear. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to try and show you the map now. Trust me, this is going to be messy because I can't. I've got it facing me, the camera facing me, and I can't see what I'm showing you. So this is about the best I can do for you guys. This is the town that we've been fighting over, Cutlass Bay, and here's Vasquez with their squad, and there's the guys that have had to be forced back, and they had to try and recover in their activation, and they didn't all recover. And this is an LZ for choppers, just out of the picture, and here's the airfield just at the top of the picture, and here's the SWAT team, and here's the BMPs that came by. Now, at the end of the turn, the really cool thing is that, guess what? Yes, you've got to roll for all this gunfire and stuff going on. What happens? Out come all the crazy gun-toting NRA members, and they form mobs. And so, because there was a whole bunch of combat by the Cubans, we got 4 mobs. We had to roll for 4 mobs, and we scored 2. So I put 2 mobs, so you've got to roll for where they go randomly, and guess what? This is where they ended up. One right here, 4 hexes away from the location, 1, 2, 3, 4, in this direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You do the around the Zox, and then these guys were here as well. We did a 5 and a 6, and these guys ended up here. So they're going to attack next turn. They're going to attack these units, and that's going to be awesome. The mobs die, or go away, or dissipate, or whatever the case may be, whenever they attack. But they still get to roll for their combat, and they have 2 5s. Where are you? 2 5s. So that's a pretty good chance of them actually doing something. So this is all going to be really cool. That's kind of the situation. It's hilarious. Here I am. So this is only turn. This is the we're rolling into 1, 2, 3. That's the 3rd turn. The end of the 3rd turn is beginning of the 4th turn. No, it's not the end of the. Yes, it is, because all the chits are in the cup. I've been out of town for a day, so I'm not sure what we're doing. But I got all the chits in here. We're going to roll, pull chits, and roll dice and have fun. And, Viva the revolution.